Awesome. So, as a proud bully mom, I could not be more pleased than to introduce our keynote speaker for this evening, Shorty Rossi. Come on up, Shorty. So he's going to give us about 50 minutes of his time to explain what he's been doing, how he's been helping out with BSL, and then we're going to have a couple minutes to ask him some questions, and I'll get him a chance to ask him some questions. And at the end of the presentation, if you guys want to come talk to me more about what Denise just talked about for our influencer program, please find me at the back of the room. So, Shorty, please take it away.
How's everyone doing here in Atlanta? I'm real glad to be here. I do speaking events all over the world between pet expos, bully shows, cigars, and everything. This is my first social media keynote speaker event, and I am pumped. How many people who follow me on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter? How many of you saw my show, Pitbulls? Trying to get an idea here of how many people really know who I am. You know, I do got a story to tell you, but I'd like to thank Bark World, Denise, I-5, and Rachel for having me here. Because if it wasn't for them taking an interest, I don't know why they want to give me a live bite, but I'm here. But I got to warn you people right now. I'm going to say a lot of stuff. A lot of it you're going to like. You may laugh at it. You may go, whoa. You may cry. You may be educated. Or I might just piss you off. But you've been warned and you'll have a chance to leave right now. I do have an unusual story. You know me as Pit Boss, but I gotta say a few things. I grew up in a troubled past. I grew up with a father that was physically and verbally abusive. I grew up being a dwarf, a midget, a little person. I grew up where I couldn't go outside of my house wearing shorts because my father says they're going to know you are a midget. Hello? To get away from the abuse, to get away from things, I fell in love with animals at a very young age, not knowing what was going to lead me here to do. But some of that led me to life to get in trouble. And a lot of you know, I used to be a gang member. Gang member. Yeah, they called me the leader of a black gang. Really, people? A 4-foot little gunman. I did a lot of bad things in my life. I did a lot of harm to people. And eventually, I got busted for it. And they sentenced me to 20 years, 8 months. And I ended up doing a lot of time. But I had a lot of time to think of what I really wanted to be, what I really wanted to do. And one of those things was not going back to my ways. I had no idea what it was going to be. I hadn't studied to be a paralegal because I wanted to be a lawyer because I like to argue. Got a diploma in paralegal studies while I was in prison. Ended up paroling October 1998. Was doing some good time. Ended up doing 10 years, 10 months, and 10 years. 10 years, 10 months, and 10 days. I need a drink. I left that day at Folsom State Prison having no clue of what I was going to do. And not knowing where my life was going to lead. And if it wasn't for an event in my life, none of you would know who the hell I am or even care. But I was always in love with animals. Even when I was in prison, I used to take care of the cats. Used to feed them the lunches, that BS that they used to give us, that bologna that looked like it came from God knows where. I even had a spay and neuter program set up with the prison. This is how I was loved. Even though I'm not too fond of cats, it was an animal thing. But I ended up going, after I got out of prison, to the Los Angeles, North County dog pound. And back then, it looked like a prison. About 16 years ago, and I walked in there wanting another pit bull. This would be my second one. I had one when I was 14. But I said, I need to do something good. I need to do something that's not for myself. And not buy one from a breeder. But I wanted a pit bull. And the reason why I wanted a pit bull type dog, or we'll just call them pit bulls for now, is that I understood them. I bonded with them because most of the people in this world don't know what they really are. They misjudge them for being evil. They think they're born with an enzyme to kill. They think that no matter what, eventually they're going to do something bad. Calm down, Hercules, okay? And I kind of understand that because before you know me as, yeah, boss, I was just another little person. A little person who was never going to achieve nothing. An ex-con who was never going to amount to nothing. Oh, you're going to be an Oompa Loompa, Alvin and the Chipmunks, leprechaun. Well, let me tell you, I was making $500-600 a day, okay? But we're not circus freaks. We're humans. And I may use words because I can do it because I am a little person. We're not midgets and dwarfs. We are little people. Some of you are horizontally challenged, intellectually challenged, vertically challenged. Hello? We're all human. But I understood that bond. And I understood that, you know, they need help just like I do. But I'm a go-getter. And I walked in there and I saw this dog. She was beautiful. I looked at her and she was like, take me home. She was going to get euthanized right there. I told myself, I wasn't going to do this. I went and did the proper thing of filing out the paperwork, paying the adoption fee. The supervisor told me, come back in a few hours, we're going to get her spayed, whatever you say, fixed. I came back. And they told me, come back tomorrow, you'll pick another dog. We forgot to spay her. And I'm like, well, why can't we spay her tomorrow? City law requires us to euthanize this dog after 72 hours. Believe it or not, I came unglued. I know it's hard to believe. I wanted us to do a lot of bad things to that man, but I had a friend from high school who was one of the kennel workers there, who today is now the supervisor, allowed me to sneak out the back with that dog. And I thought I was saving her. I thought I was doing something good. But no, she saved my life. She gave me a purpose in life to do something better. And if it wasn't for her, I would not be standing here talking to you. So it is not about the humans, it is about the dogs. Unfortunately, I lost her 2 years ago, and her name was Geisha. Many of you know who she is. And he's going to start upstaging me in a minute. So if it wasn't for a pit bull dog, a so-called killer, a so-called evil dog, none of you know who I am. I wouldn't have an opportunity to travel to Seattle, to Boston, all over the U.S., in Mexico, in Argentina, Peru, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, teaching and saying and preaching the same thing about breed awareness and PSL. And I owe my life to these dogs. That's why I live with 9. I'd rather go home to 15 dogs than one nagging girlfriend in my ear, okay? Because you don't know what you're going to go home to with your other half. She may not be in the best mood. Yeah, and I'm saying she. She may be cheating on you and you catch him. She may have left the house and took everything. The worst thing that this man can do, or my other half, well, where the hell peed in the kitchen? Why is there a hole in my wall? That's why I love what I do. And I love to get to talk to you people. You know, I always tell people, I don't want to hear your sad story of why you're not making it, or why you can't do this and you can't do that. Hello, I've been through all of it. And I wasn't an instant success. I worked my ass off for everything I did. I never took no for an answer. Everyone in this room who has a dream, it can happen. Don't let people tell you what to do when it's their opinion. When they think, oh no, you should do it this way. No, that's not a good career thing. You have to be who you want to be, no matter how bad your life is, no matter how far you fall down there, whether you went to prison, whether you were hooked on drugs, became an alcoholic, you can still come back on top. I am living proof of that. You know what? if I'd have listened to people after I got out of jail, my family, my parents, my friends, Shorty, when are you going to get a real job and stop running around as Alvin and the Chipmunks or some mini Santa Claus or a little bad-talking elf? That's not a career. Or when are you going to stop spending all your money on these dogs? And they're going to make you go broke or kill you. Imagine if I just listened to one person. I wouldn't be me. Right? Live your life, your dreams. The power of media, people, can be good for us, but it also could be bad. Because I had a person yesterday come to me, and I don't know if a lot of you know this, I live full-time in the country of Mexico. Don't be jealous, because I'm going to tell you why. I can afford more things. I live in a 2,800 square foot house that sits on the mountain, the river over here, the lagoon over here, 10-foot block wall, big property, and I pay $500 a month. Okay? That enables me to afford more things for them. And let me tell you about vets in Mexico. Right now, as of now, I should have spent over $20,000 in vet bills. I probably haven't spent over $1,500 because everything's cheaper. That's why I live in Mexico. That's why I get to travel anywhere I want to, because I can afford more things. But this lady goes, Shorty, I love what you do with the pit bulls. It's so amazing what you do to fight for them and trying to change the negative. I'm so sick of the media saying this and that, and it's just not true. I have 2 pit bulls at home, and I get defensive when they talk about it, but I do have a question for you, Shorty. Why would you put yourself and your dogs in danger? I'm like, you live in Mexico. Can you tell me what happened to you when you were down there? Oh, I've never been to Mexico. You just became the biggest hypocrite in the world. Yes, there are dangerous places in that country. There are dangerous places here. Hello, Chicago, New York, and Los Angeles. I'm more safer where I am at, my little town, than I could be in every major city in the U.S. People, don't be hypocrites. Don't judge nothing, no one, or anything until you research it. Look into it. And you know how many false stories go flying on Facebook these days, right? You still have to research that. I see someone, Kanye West just got killed. Oh, hello? Oh, damn, it's a false story. I can do that, okay? So just remember that. And, pit bulls are not destroying themselves. Pit bulls is a type of dog. It's not a breed. It's not a breed. It's not a type like a color type. American Pit Bull Terriers, American Staffy Terriers, Bull Staffy Terriers, Bull Terriers, Bulldogs, etc. Those are part of the Pit Bull community, as I call it. Dogo Argentinos. We as humans have destroyed this breed because of what we do. Look at the 20s and 30s and 40s. They were America's dog. 2 presidents, Roosevelt and Woodrow Wilson, had one running around the White House lawn. Humphrey Bogart, Fred Astaire, numerous movie stars. We had a movie star pit bull called Pete from Little Rascals. They were the poster dog for the military. What better else can you ask for? And then the most decorated dog in military history was a pit bull, Sergeant Stubby. We need to get this information back out on the streets. Out of every 600 pit bull type dogs, only 1 makes it out as being adopted. The rest are killed. There are millions getting killed, euthanized, or whatever you want to call it, each day. And it's not their fault, it's our fault. We gotta wake up. We gotta stop breeding like bastards, including the dogs and us. We gotta spay and neuter the dogs and sometimes fix us, right? They get so much negative press. You have 1 in a 15 million chance to be bitten by any dog in this country. And only 6 to 8% of that is a pit bull. But tomorrow you have a 1 in 12 chance of being victimized by a human being. Maybe we're euthanizing the wrong thing here, right? I get very pumped up when I do my speeches, as you see. But I love what I do. Who can tell me, by raising their hand, statistically speaking, which dog in this country bites the most? People do not listen to instructions here. Hello? Chihuahua, no. Okay? I mean, what? Spanish, I'm sorry. Dachshund, no. You way in the back. Lab, no. Poodle, no. Come on, people. Cocker Spaniel, no. Yorkie, no. People need to research here. You in the blue. Golden Retriever, people. Yes, do your research. See, you don't even know this. You're thinking all these other breeds. But they're good dogs. You know, pit bulls were not made to be guard dogs. They're not for that. They're too big. I know, calm down. They're too big. They're too powerful. They got so much energy, they don't know when to stop. And then teach the wrong way, that is dangerous. Why would you know, sometimes my dogs get to playing so much, I have to stop them because they're going to die of heat exhaustion. Because they don't know when to stop. So when you teach a negative behavior into one of these dogs, you're creating a bad thing. Period. Your dog needs to be trained the right way, brought up in the way. The dog is the product of the owner. You got a dog that's acting out of hand, well, you're an idiot. Period. If your dog cannot be out in public, don't take it in public. There's an accident. Your dog is somewhat of an escape artist, fix it. Lock your doors, your backyard. Put a higher fence or dig it in deeper. It's your responsibility. Heck, there's some kids that you see running around that you want to snap the hell out of the parents. It's not the kid's fault. We are responsible for everything we do, whether we have a child, own a dog or a cat or any other animal. This is our responsibility as human beings to make this. Now, I had a lady. Anyone in here have a tennis ball? No, now at this moment, not go by the I'll say that one for later because we don't want to get him started. But I need a tennis ball. Hint. Oh, there we go. Some lady, we'll call her, and I can't see her, and I wanted to point her out so bad. Yeah, but be glad I can't see you or you're not in here. Said to me yesterday, what you got Hercules on? I'm like, excuse me? What drugs do you got him on? Like, what is wrong with you, woman? I don't drug my dog. I don't need to. Some of you may need to be a little Prozac or whatever. But no. Where do you see this as squeaky? Hey, buddy. Little man. Stop feeding your mouth here. Listen, pay attention. Where do you get the squeakiness? Stretch ball. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I can't hear from up here. Hercules, you want the ball? You want the ball? There's two things that get him going. Tennis balls. Now, does this look like a dog on drugs, people? He is just lazy. Did you want this back? Because if I give it to him, he's not getting it back. Come on. Hercules. No, stay down there. Gone in 5 seconds. Don't judge what you don't see. It's seriously gone. Yeah, there you go.
Shorty, you're going to have to sign that for us.
Sign what? There's going to be nothing left of it. I'll sign that one later, okay? And I wish you people could see this down here. It's getting annihilated. All right, stop stealing the show, Hercules. You know, a lot of people can do only certain stuff in this industry of what we call rescuing. Not everybody can rescue a dog or other animal, but there are other things that you can do to help out these homeless dogs. These dogs that get killed every year by the millions. And that is to support the rescue groups that support the dogs. Give a couple dollars a month that ain't going to kill you. You have enough time right now. Now, how many people, let me ask this, how many people are paid to be here right now in this audience? A very small percentage. So you guys are spending hours learning stuff, which this is a very good thing, but don't give me that BS that you can't spend 2 or 3 hours a week donating your time at a kennel, walking a dog, bathing a dog, picking up dogs. You know, Hercules, come here, Miss Bob. Yeah, I'm kind of lying, I know. Come here, I'm just as an example. Holy hell, you understood what I said? Hercules, come on. As I was saying, come on, Exhibit A. This is my dog, not your dog. You don't know who my dog is or how he reacts? Don't touch him. Ask the owner's permission. Of what? Can I? Some will tell you no because there's a problem with that dog. Some will tell you that. And remember, treat him as you would treat yourself. You don't come like, hello. Sorry, Hercules. Don't slap him on the head. Don't, you don't know how the dog will react. Don't come behind him and do that. I was like, well, yeah, I agree. All right? Just come to your thing. There's a lot of things humans don't like. There's three things that little people do not like. What is wrong with you tall people? Coming up to us and tapping me on my head. Do I look like freaking Fido? No. Shake my hand. Say hello, even though you don't want to tap my head because I'm going to. And I said this earlier. Number 2. We are little people. We're not dwarfs, midgets. We have a name. Just like some of you tall people who are not too intelligent. Hello, I'm smarter than you sometimes. I do a lot of stupid stuff though. Yes. And number 3, ladies, what is wrong with you picking us up? Some of us get horny when you do that. Told you I was going to laugh in this crowd. Keep on laughing. Once you go small, you never go tall. Right? Now imagine that. Got your attention, didn't I? Again, people, educate yourself on everything. Pick up a book. Go on the internet when you're getting ready to adopt a dog. Because that dog may not be for you. These things here aren't highly intelligent. You think he's a nice, calm dog now? Mr. Fido Hercules over here, this first year of life, cost me like almost $4,000 in drywall down. He didn't believe in doors. He believed in going through walls. Okay? So dogs can be trained to do the right thing. And again, this is not my product of Tom's. This is not because of me. I got lucky of his docileness and had some good people to help me out to train. I can't train anything. I lose my mind. I'm so impatient at stupidity or something like that. I'm just a bad man. People who like me goes, Shorty, you're a nice guy. Why are you so mean on TV? Well, you don't work for me. Because I'm a perfectionist and I want it done right. That's how I become a complete. But there's a good side and a not so good side. Let's see. Social media, people, has gone crazy. For good and for bad. I really never took it serious, and when I started my first social media, this is before I was pit boss. And we all remember MySpace. And I guess it still exists, right? But I did it for selfish purposes. To make money off my talent company and so forth. Not knowing what it can really do to help them. And now between Instagram, Twitter, my 4 or 5 Facebook pages, I have now over 200,000 followers, likes, whatever you want to call it. And I get the time to educate people. I love it when people say, thank you for showing me your life of how Hercules is, Hercules travels. Because it gets people to see what they're really supposed to be acting like. For the last 3.5 years, this dog has been on airplanes more than probably you've been in your life. He's flown over 500,000 miles. in the airplane, not in clothing. I would be jealous of him. We take these dogs out to show them who they are, what they do, and how a pit bull type dog is really supposed to act. Oh, Hercules. He says, I'm grooming myself. But people, when we're speaking about breed awareness through social media and fighting BSL laws, breed-specific legislation, there's a way to do it, but do it the right way. Because you're never going to be changing everyone's mind until they die. There'll be Jehovah's Witnesses that will never successfully convert you, right? Or Judaism, or Muslims, or Catholics. Just like we won't convince everybody that these are one of the most gentlest dogs in the world.